Well, great after morning once again. Hey guys, this is Dr. John L. Mack. And you're probably wondering, well, what happened to you yesterday on your 24 days of self-publishing success? And I just really got a little tired. I had planned on going every day the first 24 days, and that's the plan. But the plans of many falls asunder some type of poem that goes with that aspect. But I wasn't able. I just really just needed a day of to get restructured so that I could continue bringing the quality of information for these 24 different or the essential elements of self-publishing success. Let's just begin by acknowledging the awesome opportunity that is presented to pretty much anyone that wants to take advantage of the self-publishing uh, uh, emergence. You know, prior to uh, the platforms like Lulu and Lightning Source and KDP and Create Space, all of that. Prior to that, and we're talking about less than 20 years where that's been actually less than 10, right around the 10-year mark, where self-publishing became a real reality in the sense that a semi-savvy person would be able to use tools that are available everywhere, just generally, to be able to create an intellectual property, a digital product that they can offer via the internet, and anybody could take advantage of it. You can either go through established platforms like Amazon and Barnes and Nobles, Target, um, uh, Walmart, or you can be specific and create your own digital author ecosystem that will allow you to be able to connect directly with your client. So we're talking. I mean, this really is revolutionary because prior to that, you had to get an agent, do this crazy query letter, get rejection after rejection. I mean, it's like you wasn't really even in the game unless you could pull out a stack of rejection letters that says, "Hey, you're not good enough. We don't want you." But now the gatekeeper has been removed. And gatekeepers are interesting people. Their job is to uh, create the resistance. Okay, if you have enough resistance, you will find that resistance is what gives you the lift so that you can go to the next level. When you go get on an airplane, when it barrels down the runway, is the purpose is that there's massive resistance against it coming at it. So the more resistance that plane faces and the more force it puts against that resistance, it creates a concept called rise. And the law of rise takes that that plane, and based on the aerodynamics of it, it allows it to be able to lift. The resistance causes the lift, and the lift causes the flight. Awesome concept. So most of us, when we're facing resistance, we want to give up. Like, it's too much. It hurts. I'm not happy. Stop whining and start winning. Your mindset has to be that you use the resistance to cause the rise so that you can begin to soar. Whoa, you're saying, hold up, Dr. Mack. I thought you were going to give us one of the 24 lessons or essentials on self-publishing success. Well, if you listen closely, that's exactly what I'm doing because I'm segueing into our topic for the day. And our topic for the day is that the seventh day, and I'm even late on this, like almost nine, it's 9 o'clock, like 9:15. But I'm still bringing you the information for your transformation because, like, you see this little guy up in the no, this guy, yeah, him. He says this is our golden year. See, what I'm trying to share with you is really vital to your next level success. If you understand the significance of what I just shared in terms of the gatekeeper keeping 99% of the aspiring authors out of the ecosystem, you wasn't able to get the book published, therefore you couldn't be an author, and therefore you couldn't take advantage of the awesome, powerful options and opportunities that are available for published authors. You see, I'm finding right now that that the colleges and universities, corporations aren't looking for speakers. They're looking for authors that are speakers. They want you to be an author because that gives credibility, visibility, and validates your credibility. So we're talking an awesome mindset that allows you to come in and have that golden year, be able to reach higher heights and greater reach. Why? Because your book precedes you, unlocks the door, and goes in. You know, my pastor was said something really kind of funny. Um, that I forgot the whole synopsis of it, but basically, the door seemed to look like it was locked, and then you pushed it, you couldn't get in the door, and it was just like no key. How do I get in this door? And something just came into his spirit and said, "Push." And so he turned the knob and pushed a little harder, and the door opened. It wasn't locked; it was just stuck. And for many of you, the door is stuck, and that stuck door is just the same as a locked door. Because if you can't get inside of the door, where see on the other side of the door is everything that you're looking for, and that door is faith. So when you open that door, faith allows you to go in and to be able to appropriate all the things that you wanted to see manifested, that you wanted to become real in your life, starting with that published book that's opening the doors now for speaking opportunities for you to be able to speak at corporations, colleges, conferences, conventions, all over in that C-suite community, where you're able to take your message and your methodology, your mindset. You're able to take your expertise and your experience and to magnify it, and to monetize it, so that now you've got you've taken that published book and used the PB4X formula: published book, polished brand, uh, uh, proven blueprint, and profitable business. That's what we're looking for. So how do we get there? What's that all got to do with these 24 points or 24 essential elements of self-publishing success? It starts with the book. It begins with the book. So you want to go from book to booked. And how does that happen? Well, the book is what causes most people to stop in their tracks. It just causes them to, it's just so daunting. So it seems so difficult. The content creation, all these 24 elements seem to be just out of our element. We don't know. And I often say that lack of knowledge is really the issue. And many people find themselves when you lack knowledge and you don't know what to do, you're going to do one of two things. If you don't know what to do, you're going to do one of two things. So if you're in a situation where you don't know what to do, what the next best step is, you're going to do one of two things. You're either going to do nothing, which is horrible. That's lethargy. That's giving up. That's quitting when you do nothing. When you're faced with an option or faced with an obstacle and you do nothing, you don't take advantage of the option or the opportunity, or you let the obstacle be so overwhelming that you do not do anything about it. You do not move forward. So in order to create this golden year, we have to know what to do when confronted with those options or those obstacles. So, wow, I did get a little bit off the beaten path of these 24 elements, but all of that was necessary, because this is the deal. If you're looking to have that golden year, if you're looking to graduate from Plus University with that published book, with that proven, that polished brand, that proven blueprint, and most important, that profitable business, then this golden year only happens when you go complete that first part. I wrote a book years ago called Finish So You Can Start. No, yeah, finish so you can start. Most people say start so you can finish. You got to get going, and that's true. That's true. But I think that the biggest issue that most people face is that they start so much. They go from this and that, another shiny object. I had my grandson over the holidays, as many of you are aware, and 4 years old, so full of energy, so smart because great kid. Um, and we were just looking at just so many different options that were available to him. And he wanted me to play these video games with him. So he said, Grandpa, I don't play video games, but he got me into it. So that's a whole nother story. So today, in these 24 elements, we're going to talk about proofreading for perfection. Now we've got the content done, we've got the editing done, we've got the title. We're cooking now. We're cooking. Everything is smelling good in the kitchen. We're ready to have that golden year, and we get the proof back. We get the copy back before we release it widespread. And let me tell you this. I'm taking a moment to build the crescendo for this topic. Why? Because this is the topic that nearly derailed me. Editing half done, decently done, cover great. Everything is there. All the elements are in place. And I didn't proofread it. And I didn't have a proofreader to proofread the book. So now we got this great book. I'm thinking it's great. Everybody's thinking it's great. All along, all the iterations, this is all wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And there's something that is unique that happens when you have the book physically in your hand. When you start turning that page, stuff pops off the page at you. Now, I'm a wordsmith, so I've looked for patterns in words automatically. So I'll take a manuscript and look at it online, and I can see obvious issues before I even filter through my AI tools or through Grammarly or anything like that. I can see obvious issues. That's what the way my mind is wired. But there's also situations where hold on a minute, this person, no, I'll call you back. So what happens? My mind is wired where I see these things, but even with a critical eye like mine, and then I have some high level editors. I have a young lady that she went to college with me. We grew up in elementary all the way through together, and got to a point where she when she graduated, she got a degree in library science. Another young lady, English teacher, just incredible editors. But even that, they when you're looking at it online, the digital copy, this virtual copy, you see stuff and you think you got it all. But when you get that physical copy and you start reading through, you say, OMG. Well, the proofreading is what leads you closer to the point of perfection. So, when you look at the editing process, there's so many different elements to editing. You've got your copy editing, like I shared with you before, copy and content, developmental, syntax. You got editing for all these specific areas. The copy editing is making sure that the copy makes sense, that it's flowing, syntax, grammatically. The developmental is like, did we develop this point to the point where there's clarity that your intended audience would be able to understand it completely. Do we need to make more connectivity? Do we need to make it more, make it resonate more, make it have a deeper, or just make it flow better? So all these editing processes and styles and demeanors are necessary so that you can get that book to the point where it is good enough for your intended audience and for an expanded audience. So once the viral aspect of it, the intended audience gets it, they read it, they say, man, this is good. And then it just kind of spills over into the other audience. You want to make sure that the book reads well for that audience, remembering that the book that you're writing isn't for you. You're not writing a book for yourself. You're writing a book for a specific intended audience. And so everything that you're doing is directing it toward that audience. You want to have a golden year, but you want your audience also to be able to experience the expectations and the expertise and the experiences that you have developed to that point to get them to a point where they can have the transformation that you're offering. So guys, this is it's a topic that all 24 of these elements are important. But if you miss one, it can weaken the project. If you miss several, it could destroy the project. If you get them all, it will enhance the project and make it stronger, make it better, make it more. It just pulls you to a point where now you're able to achieve at the level that you wanted to be at. So this golden year concept, 2024, this 24 karat knowledge, this 24 karat mindset that says, I can expect more in 2024 because there is so much more in store. One of my authors, Kenny Randall, I was at his books signing this weekend. Incredible event. I was very proud of him. But he talked in the book about his brother-in-law ordering off of the menu when they were, kind of at the beginning of his career, and there wasn't a whole lot of money. And they'd go out to Bob's Big Boy and eat. And I like Bob's Big. We had Frisch's Big Boy, but that's whole okay. So they're at Bob's Big Boy, and the brother-in-law would always order the same thing: a cheeseburger and fries. And they looked at the menu, and he said we looked at it from the right side because we wanted to say what's the price, and then we'll see whether or not we can afford that item. So the brother-in-law always ordered the same thing. It was relatively inexpensive. And then they said, well, why did you order just a cheeseburger every time? He said, because they can't mess up a cheeseburger. But his point was that there's more on the menu. And when you find yourself in positions where you have more options, you have more opportunities, you get to look and make those choices and decide, do I want what's on the menu? Am I looking for something greater? Do I want to have this golden year? Do I want to create this product and launch it out there and position myself as a thought leader, I call them a spinfluencer, because see, we're living in the age of the influencer, and the influencer is a person that takes their message and their methodology, that takes their experience and their expertise and packages it in a digital format that's available to a specific and a general audience. And as a result of them looking at that information, that they begin to follow you, they begin to like and to share and to comment on and to just get connected to your ecosystem. That's what an influencer does. And because he has that following that may start off with a trickle, 50 to 100, and then it goes to 500 to 1,000, then tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. And there's influencers that have millions of people that follow them on their social media outlets. And they're saying, wow, and they're in their ecosystem. They've given the most important currency of all. They've given the currency of their attention and of their information, so that now you can contact them via social media, via the internet, via all these digital sources. It's incredible. So that influencer has the opportunity, because he influences a specific audience of people. There are people that will come up to them, or corporations, or entities that will say, hey, you have enough influence where I want to utilize, I would be willing to compensate you so that I could take advantage of your influence. Think about that. That's powerful. So now the personal brand becomes powerful. That personal brand, because I have 10,000 followers, people will say, wow, well, Dr. Mack, we'd like for you to back our product. So now NIL becomes comes from the college into the cottage. The average person now has the opportunity to have a name, image, and likeness deal, where because of now you are an influencer. It's the same as being an athlete on campus, where you have enough influence, people will follow you. If you recommend something, people are apt to respond and to follow your recommendation, because they know, like, and trust you. That personal branding is built exponentially with the release of a book. That published book now takes you from just being a regular influencer and makes you a spinfluencer. Now, what do I mean by a spinfluencer? See, with spinfluencer, see, the win is in the spin. When you take that narrative and you put it in a digital, informational, intellectual product format, that's accessible through your ecosystem, through your personal platform. When you do that, it allows you now as an influencer to be able to take advantage and to monetize that influence where people are looking to purchase what you have to offer. And it all begins with the book. So that book needs to be not perfect, but that book needs to be in an avenue of excellence. And that comes when you, after you've edited, after you've created the format, after you've created the outline, after you have prepared that digital product. Then you want to proofread. You want someone that's going to read it from the aspect or from the mindset or from the focus of from the perspective of your ideal audience. What are they looking for? What feedback do they have for you? What takeaways are they looking for? What's going to give them a golden year experience? Your golden year is that you look at where you are and you, with this 24 karat mindset, you begin to believe that you can receive all that you have conceived. And that's where a golden year begins to encapsulate itself, begins to postulate itself and position itself so that you are able to receive what you believe. Now, I know it sounds like I'm just twisting those words because I'm a wordsmith, but I promise you I'm not. I'm positioning you to get ready for your golden year with your published book because at Plus University, we know there's this four-phase process, this PB4X formula, this plus formula is awesome. A published book plus a polished brand times a proven blueprint equals a profitable business. And at Plus University, we help to usher that in because we have the first element is to publish, then to launch, to upsell, and to scale. Upselling it means that you take that digital product, that intellectual property, and you convert it into multiple iterations of itself, like a course, class, or curriculum, so that people now are ready to receive the information that you're giving them for the publication transformation that they're envisioning in their spirit, their expectation. To be honest with you, I'm kind of loving the rhyme. Back in the day, I released a recording as the rapping Reverend. I said, now dig up. I'm the rapping Reverend rapping for you. I'm bringing you a message that's honest and true about a risen Savior who conquered death in the grave, breaking bonds and slaves. Oh, that's a whole other story. That's another life. But what I'm bringing you today, what I'm sharing with you today, is if you want to have this golden year, if you want to graduate from Plus University with that published book, if you want to make sure that you get to the next level, proving your product is important. Making sure that you have caught everything, and then with the warm cup of coffee or with a nice glass of wine that you can sit back and just read through it, flow through it, and make sure that your audience experience is golden and your golden year will be done. This is Dr. John L. Mack. These 24 minutes I'm giving you back so that you can now aim for 24. In the next 24 hours, next 24 days, next 24 weeks, or the next year, we want you to have a 24K day, 24K year. An additional 24,000 in your life will make a difference. An additional 24,000 a day will make a big difference. Hey, Dr. John L. Mack, and I will be back tomorrow with another of the 24 essential elements for self-publishing